guys, how are you doing today? My name is G Young, and today I'm going to persuade you guys, my colleagues, to side with me on allowing the government to regulate 3D printing. Now, I told you about 3D printing before, so you guys know the potential and the benefits and advantages of 3D printing in the future. Now, it would be ideal to have it at home, at your own hands. It could be another luxury to add on to your collection of gadgets you already own. Now, you can stay in the comfort of your own home and print out whatever you desire. You can print things you don't really need, or would you rather use this cause to help those without shelter and those who actually need it the most? We see homeless people all the time, all over the world, not just in Philadelphia, but in New York and any other big major city you go to. How many of you guys can actually say you stop and help them, or do you just keep walking along with your own lives? This is why I think that the government should be able to regulate and use 3D printing to benefit the community as a whole. First, I will explain the problem of poverty, and then I will propose my idea of using 3D printing to benefit the community. Third, I will open your eyes and see the benefits of my plan to shape the world into a better place. First, now let's talk about the problems of poverty in our very own city of Philadelphia alone. Now keep in mind, I just said this was Philadelphia alone. In 2011 alone, there were 14,000 homeless people. Now I got this information from projecthome.org. It is a reputable community that shelters homeless people and feeds them. Now that 14,000 people does not include those ones who live in unfit living conditions or live in transitional housing. That means people who do not have a place to stay but keep moving around until they do. These are people with no food, no clothes on their back to change, or having a pair of shoes that they haven't changed in years. In the summer, there are average of 170 people. In the winter, there are an average of 300 people who will get turned away from these shelters because of lack of resources, whether it be lack of room or lack of food. We cannot be okay with this. These kids growing up, little Paige over here, growing up with no home and no families. He does not get an education provided to him like we did. Now, if you have no education as a child growing up, where do you think you're going to be stuck at when you grow older? Same place, with no education, but just a little bit older. Now that you're aware of the problem, here's my plan to make things better. There are ways we can use 3D printing to benefit communities and lessen the amount of poverty, while keeping it cost-effective and safe for the people around us. We should allow the government to use and monitor 3D printing exclusively. I read an article from Industry Week about a government-funded program from Obama called NAMI, which stands for, it is the President's Nation Network for Manufacturing Innovation. Basically what they do is they get funded and research things that innovate our world and make things better. What I think is that it should direct its research and funding to researching cost-effective ways so that it may produce food, clothing, and other necessities to help people get up on their feet. With that being said, I don't think that we should allow people to have printers at home. Meaning, there should not be a market for 3D printings for the consumers. Because if there is, that will just be an excess of waste. Because I know we're all going to go crazy with printing things at home for ourselves. Now all these steps will help benefit our community. Now this leads to my final point. If we put my idea into motion, it will benefit and save lives of over 14,000 people. By allowing the government to only use 3D printing, not only do the homeless benefit, but so do our communities, and so do our world. And we will all feel better about ourselves, knowing that we made a project to put at least a few people into better homes And little kids like Pedro, like these, will grow up and do the same things for others to help people. Wait, what? So, now with this, by allowing the government to benefit from 3D printing, we will make things easiest for shelters. Now they can easily print out whatever they need and it will be cost effective. With this idea, no longer will people be turned away for lack of resources. I hope today you feel the same way that I feel about this subject and that you will side with me for this fight. Now, to sum it all up, we need to place the power of 3D printing into the hands of our government. We need to use the power to rebuild our community and to know the importance of keeping these people off the streets. They are humans, just like me and you. So why don't they have these rights like the ones we do? None of this will happen unless we take a stand. We need to urge our local or state legislator to pass a bill that allows only the government to exclusively use the potential and power of 3D printing. You can all write to Mr. Robert P. Casey, Jr. He is a state senator of Pennsylvania, and you can email him or call him to show him the benefits of my idea. Now you can contact him at www.casey.senate.gov/contact. Now that is my idea and my plan. Now I hope you guys side with me to make a better place for Pedro.